So what is a florilegium exactly? The name stems from the Latin words flora, meaning flower, and legere, meaning to read or gather. So roughly translated, a gathering of flowers in a book. The term florilegium is typically used to describe an illustrated record of plants found in a specific garden. Sometimes a group of artists are permanently working on a garden florilegium. Sometimes a group of artists are brought together for a one-off florilegium project. Drawing plants and putting them into books is nothing new. The earliest collections of plant images date back to 3000 BC, but they were for medicinal purposes, with descriptions of plants and their properties, known as herbals, an early attempt at medicine and curing ailments by apothecaries. As an example, I'm showing you the Great Herbal, the first illustrated herbal produced in English, with this one being printed in 1526. You can see that the text dominates the rather crude woodcut plant illustrations. I would like to start our florilegium story in 1593, when the Flemish designer and engraver Adrien Courtauld was the first person to use the term florilegium in his flower book of 24 copper plate engravings of roughly gathered species, both cultivated and wild cultivars. The Victoria and Albert Museum in London has a copy, and they say each plate features botanical studies of flower heads and stems from a single type of flower arranged in a decorative, roughly symmetrical manner, as if scattered on a page. You will see that the illustrations are far more refined and sophisticated than the herbal. I have another example, roughly coloured at a later date, taken from the copy at the Garden Museum in London. I haven't been able to find out which garden the plants refer to, so if anyone knows, I would love to find out. As we move into the 17th century, there was great interest in exotic plants as they began to be imported through voyages and correspondence. Consequently, Florilegia began to enjoy a golden age, documenting the new and the unusual, as we will see in the next 5 examples. This jaw-dropping florilegium was published in Nuremberg, Germany in 1613. It's called Hortus Istantensis, compiled by Basilius Besler. This leather-bound book, stamped in gold, of 2 volumes, contains 374 engraved plates, which show more than 1,000 flowering plants in the gardens of Prince Bishop of Eichstätt. Besler was not an artist, but a botanist, apothecary, and publisher who worked on this book for over 16 years, gathering the artists, engravers, colorists, and publishers. Each page illustrates several plants with many different aspects in order of flowering. This piece was groundbreaking in that it encouraged a fashion of similar books amongst wealthy owners of impressive gardens to show off their plant collection. As statements of possession, they were illustration heavy compared to herbals, which were more about the text. However, they did provide botanists with a record of new plants arriving from abroad,